whoa. Before you continue to watch this video, just know that there's going to be heavy spoilers for the MHA final chapter. So if you don't want to get spoiled, click off the video, because I don't want to see nary a comment saying, bro, why you tell us we got spoiled? Just maybe watch the first couple seconds of this video and you'll know your answer. If there's one thing Kendrick Lamar taught me, it's that I don't hate enough. I gotta hate harder, hate longer, hate better, hate smarter. I gotta be able to articulate my hate with such precision that anybody can't listen to my argument and be like, I still don't understand why you hate so hard. Cause this MHA ending was so ass, I got to talk about it. And before anybody says anything, no, I'm not talking about their fan base. The MHA fan base is a little strange, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. That fan base did not lower or raise the ranking of My Hero for me. The only nigga that did that is Kohei Horokoshi, the author, the mangaka of My Hero Academia. But before we get to the actual chapter talk, I gotta talk about MHA just being buns for a hot minute for me. Cause I loved MHA, man. I had a deep love for MHA. I put MHA in the same tier that I was putting JJK and Black Clover. Like, it was really up there. At one point in time, MHA, JJK, and Black Clover were all 8 out of 10 mangas to me. Not so much anymore, man. After the Star and Stripe arc, and it has nothing to do with Star and Stripe herself, I actually liked her a lot. But after that arc, My Hero just been on a steady decline for me, just going down and down after damn near seemingly each chapter. And these war arcs I really didn't care about, because a lot of it was focusing on characters I did not give a damn about, man. The Todoroki subplot is cool and all, but I thought Shoto was the least interesting part of it. When I mean least interesting part, I'm not even talking about just Shoto, Dabi, and Endeavor. I'm talking about, I care about his moms and his sister more than Shoto, because this one-note expression ass nigga was just making one-note expressions throughout the whole damn shit. Of Sugar Rush dude and Bird God doing shit. It's like, bro, I do not care, man. This is like us getting a chapter on just solely Chaozu trying to do something in the Cell games. Like, I don't care, nigga. This is like getting a Poir Oolong chapter of them fighting some villain in Dragon Ball Super. Like, I don't give a damn. And then these war arcs, these 2 war arcs back to back, just made me retroactively think about My Hero Academia. And then I came to the conclusion, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Nobody in this series besides 2 niggas feels like a hero. And for the mangaka to be someone who has said they are so deeply inspired by American comics and superheroes, it's like, how do you miss that part of making a hero manga? And that's making people feel like legitimate heroes. And this isn't in terms of popularity, but when you think of superheroes, what do you think of, right? You think of people like Superman, a Spider-Man, a Batman. You think of these people as heroes. Now compare any of the characters or any of the people you thought of when you thought of a hero to people from My Hero, and of course Deku and All Might. They kind of feel like that they're there. Maybe not as much, but they feel like they're there. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's just my definition of a hero, right? And I can't quite put into words what that is, but I know it when I see it. When I see somebody like a Deku, I'm like, okay, that's a hero. When I see somebody like a Bakugo, I'm like, I don't think so, like not even a little bit. And to me, it's like, imagine everybody in the Serite just put on capes and started calling themselves heroes. Would you believe that? Would you be like, oh yeah, y'all are definitely superheroes? No, the hell you wouldn't. And it also probably has something to do with, I don't like the fact that these superheroes are getting paid to be a superhero. Cause it's like, if you weren't getting paid, would you still be a superhero? Man, I don't know. So before I rant on any longer, because I can and I probably will, let's get on to the actual final chapter. But to do that, we gotta go back like 6 chapters and we see the ending of Shigaraki and Deku's terrible ass fight. And after Shigaraki and Deku's fight, we learn that Deku was losing one for all? Nigga, are you serious? So after that fight, we get these 5 epilogue chapters that realistically I couldn't give a damn less about. But there's like this ongoing thing that there's embers left of one for all. So it's making me think, okay, well, he's losing one for all, but he's not gonna lose it completely. And then we get to chapter 430, the final chapter, and this nigga lost his quirk for good. On top of that, it's been 8 goddamn years later. So this nigga been quirkless for 8 years. Horokoshi, nigga, do you hate Deku or something, bro? Like, you got an issue with this nigga? Like, what's going on for real? And you wanna know why this pisses me off so bad? Chapter 1 of My Hero Academia, episode 1 of My Hero Academia, there's a narration because the story of My Hero Academia takes place in the past. And Deku said verbatim out of his own goblet, out of his own mouth, this is the story of how I became the greatest hero of all time, or something along those lines. And you know what else we get told verbatim out of somebody's mouth? We get told from All Might, the current greatest hero of all time, to Deku, hey little nigga, you can't become a hero without a quirk. So when the hell did this greatest of all time run start, nigga? The 3 fucking minute fight he had with Shigaraki? But we see what the other students from class 1A have been doing in this 8-year time skip. But Momo became a grown ass adult and horokoshi started closing her chest up. I'm noticing. And don't even get me started on what this nigga did to Mirror Code, bro. Horokoshi would draw the baddest bitch known to man and mutilate and or offer out this serious like, what's your issue, big dog? But Deku was a teacher at UA, which is something I expected to happen anyways, which I'm not even too mad at that. I just expected this to happen. But we see a teenage Kota, which is weird to see, man. This nigga just will forever be that little ass kid to me. But then we see these kids in middle school getting ready to transfer to these hero schools, and we see this nigga named Dai, who was basically just Deku. And then we see this brown skinned kid who was just giving off Bakugo, and I hate this nigga off that alone. But this little shit starts talking crazy. He's like, damn nigga, Dai, you can't get in the UA with that shitty ass quirk. Like, Dai, you really want me to, I'll just up pull on this nigga for you, bro. It ain't nothing but a word. And throughout the night of me reading these spoilers for the first time, I'm laughing. This is hilarious to me. But then we get to the part where Aizawa shows Bakugo screaming at niggas for recording him. And then he says, hey man, Todoroki gonna shoot off on the rankings because of this. And this is where it hit me, where this chapter was some ass, man. And the thought of Deku's friends battling for number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 spot of the hero rankings and Deku just being stagnant makes me hurt inside. Cause I know Deku looks happy here and Horikoshi's a big ass bleach buff. This is just reminding me of during the Fullbring arc after Ichigo lost his powers, the fact that he couldn't use his powers anymore. We're like, yeah, no, I'm actually happy. I'm big chilling with no powers, and the nigga was lying the whole time. This is kind of what it's given with Deku, but I know he's genuinely just, happy. But knowing that there's something that can make Deku happier right now, and that he can't do it, that's like, god damn. You see that at the end of this chapter, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But one thing that genuinely just irks me about this chapter, and I'm gonna put an asterisk behind this, but from the spoilers that I've read, it said that during the 8 years, Deku barely could contact any of his friends. And this is throughout the 8-year time skip, man. Now, I put an asterisk behind this because this could just be a wording misstep, and this could easily change when the official chapters drop on Sunday. But I'm finna talk shit about this barely right now, man. What the hell do you mean his friends have barely hit this nigga up in 8 years? Deku is quite literally the reason these niggas can wake up and breathe in the morning. And you're telling me that you can barely talk to this nigga? And Hawks even said that he was gonna make a world where heroes could have a lot more time to chillax. And they do now. So what the hell do you mean you can barely talk to this nigga? What is your issue, bro? Horikoshi made this nigga Deku bitchless, friendless, nigga stacks no paper, gets no money, nigga works a 9 to 5, bro. What are you doing to this nigga, Horikoshi? But I'm getting super ahead of myself, man. We go back to the chapter. We see these 2 little kids playing, and yada yada yada. They fall. Deku catches them, and Dai's also there. And then Dai's like, oh shit, it's Deku. Ooh, how can I be a hero like yourself? Deku starts yapping. His ass goes back to UA, and then the chapter ends. Is what I would have said if the chapter ended right there and took me out of the hell. But All Might pulled up, he grabbed the end and he broke it. He's like, young Midoriya, I got something for you. And gives him a suit. You know what this suit is? He just becomes Izuku Wayne, nigga. Now, the problem with this, right? As a My Hero fan for a very long time, right? I've been reading this since I was in middle school. I'm 20 now. For 8 years, I've been reading My Hero Academia. You know what I'm saying? 8 years. 8 years. And throughout all 8 of those years, there has been an ongoing, theory or want for Deku to never have gotten powers in the first place. And as a self-respecting individual, me thinking and reading and being like, no, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Deku should have always had a quirk, because it's even said from the greatest hero of all time, you can't be here without a quirk. So I don't know where we getting this, Deku should have been Batman shit from way back in the day. All that defending and all that me being like, yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. Imagine no powers ass Deku pulling up on Shigaraki, that nigga getting turned into cigarette ashes. But then we see All Might, he also loses powers. But then we see All Might get a suit and he fights All for One for a little bit. And right there, I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. But you know what that did? That brought back a bunch of Deku should have been quirkless ass niggas. And I was like, nah, man, Horikoshi's not that bad of a writer. He wouldn't do that. That doesn't make any sense. He did exactly that. He made this nigga quirkless and gave him a suit, and now this nigga's goddamn Iron Man. It's like, why make this nigga quirkless? If you're just gonna substitute this nigga's quirk for a damn suit anyway and have him continue to be a superhero, bro. This nigga Horokoshi stood on absolutely nothing for 17 pages. This chapter stinks. This nigga Horokoshi got his pen out, put that hoe to paper, just said fuck it and started drawing anything, bro. And I've read a lot of manga. I've read a lot of terrible endings. This might be the worst one, bro. I don't think I've ever read an ending that made me lower the score for a series so hard, right? Because My Hero, for the longest, even after I said it's fallen off for me personally, I still give it a 7 out of 10. Because, you know, Horokoshi, this is the same nigga that wrote My Villain Academia, bro. I was using the Kanye West excuse, bro. He wrote Graduation, bro. He made Graduation, bro. There's no way. He made Graduation, bro. He made College Dropout, bro. There's no way. No, there's a way, nigga. My Hero, bro, this ending dropped My Hero from a 7 to a goddamn 5 for me, bro. And I've read Demon Slayer, man. I've read Tokyo Revengers. I've read Attack on Titan. Now, out of all those three, Demon Slayer and Tokyo Revengers, those endings were just ass. Attack on Titan, I can see how someone can say they don't like that ending. Me personally, I like that. I don't see how anybody could say that they like this ending for My Hero Academia. I don't see how anyone could look me in the eyes with a straight face and be like, yeah, no, this ending for My Hero Academia was good. Now that I've talked about the chapter, I just want to talk about something that I saw on Twitter. I won't say their name, but I'll throw in a screenshot of, you know, what they said. And they said, Ichigo and Gohan both have lackluster lives, I did that in air quotes, compared to, you know, their other shonen counterparts. So why is it that Deku's catching a flat? And the fact that there is even a question to ask, like those three things are even the same, is mind-boggling. Ichigo and Gohan never came out in their first chapter being like, this is the story of how I became the #1 Soul Reaper, or this is the story of how I became the #1 fighter in the universe. Those two niggas never said that out of their mouth. Actually, Gohan verbatim out of his mouth said a lot of times actually he's like, I want to become a scholar, and he's a scholar. So Gohan is chilling. Ichigo never wanted to become the greatest Soul Reaper of all time, the greatest substitute Soul Reaper of all time. He just wants to live a normal life and have the powers to protect his friends and family. Deku, on the other hand, said he wants to become the #1 hero, said he wants to become the next symbol just like All Might. Instead, this nigga's working a 9 to 5 flipping burger patties, bro. The only comparison you can make to Deku is if, let's just say Asta at the end of Black Clover does not become Wizard King, and now this nigga's working the orphanage in Hodge Village. Or Naruto did not become Hokage, and now this nigga's working the Ichiraku ramen stand. Or Luffy did not become Pirate King, and now this nigga mopping floors at Marine bases. Now, in those hypotheticals, Naruto, Asta, and Luffy might be happy in the situations they're in right now, but is that what they wanted? Hell no. So to then compare Ichigo and Gohan's situation to Deku's is two completely different things. You see how those things don't correlate? But yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about, man. I don't want to yap any longer, so I have to do any more work. Final My Hero Academia score, 5 out of 10. This chapter single-handedly made My Hero Academia worse for me. But other than that, man, I'm gonna get up out of here and let me know all your opinions down below. I'm gonna be reading the comments like crazy, bro. This is a heavily opinionated video, so I want to hear your guys' opinions. And moral of the story is, do not let Kohei Horikoshi write another manga so he can put anybody else through this torture that we've been going through for 10 years. And other than that, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. If you liked, like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and yeah, I'm out of here. Bye.